Well, hi. Welcome back to DeCarlo's Decades of Decor. Um, I know I've been posting a lot of shorter videos to YouTube called Shorts, but eventually I do want to do a lot more of the shop-alongs and the hauls. But I'm brand new to filming, so I wanted to do some smaller ones to get used to filming and cutting and editing the videos for you. So today we're going to talk about a couple of estate sales that I went to. Both were in the same day. I'm going to talk about the second one that I went to, which was about a half an hour away in one direction. And then I came back and went another 15 minutes past my house in the complete opposite direction. So the very first, well, the second estate sale, I should say, that I went to was an old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. And a couple miles before I got there, my tire pressure light came on. So I was obviously worried about that, trying to figure out where the closest gas station was so I can check and make sure that I wasn't close to or getting a flat tire, which thank goodness I wasn't. But it kind of frazzled me as I was going into the estate sale and filming. Now, the house itself was an old farmhouse, like I said. It was completely gutted out, and they did have a lot of vintage and antiques. Now, some of the furniture pieces were priced pretty decently. There was some great prices that you could have really gotten a deal on some beautiful antique furniture. I'm going to show you a little bit of the filming. But as far as the glassware and some of the other items that they had for sale there, the family itself was running this estate sale. Some of it, I mean, the prices were okay. They were fair for a collector. But this time I was looking for resale. So they were just a little bit too high for the price that I needed them to be in order to provide them to you. So, first of all, we're going to take a look at some footage. Again, I didn't get to film very much, but we'll take a look at the footage, and then we'll be right back. So here, we're downstairs in the living room. I love those old trunks. They've sold. I don't know how much they went for. Love this picture. And now we went upstairs to the bedrooms. Coming up, this one bedroom had a lot of chairs, and oh, look at that, I see it in the corner. Most of the chairs were running $20 a piece, which again wasn't bad. 2 for $40. There's a plank chair, 2 for $40. But look at this. It was $150. It had the marble top, oak cabinet. Okay, so we're back. Sad to say that I wound up not getting anything from that particular estate sale. However, the one that I was at before that, I picked up 21 items. This place had many antique, vintage, a lot of collector's items as well, which those I'm not as much into, this specific categories like the collector's plates. When you went down into the basement, there were tons and tons of collector's plates. So that kind of item really doesn't interest me. So the very first estate sale and my very first time filming, I got up to the front door. There was only a couple people there, and it was the first day, maybe about an hour or so into the sale. And the company that was running the sale, I was at one of their estate sales last summer, and boy, did they price these items to move and move quick. So you can find some really good deals with this particular business. So when I went in to the front door, again, I was filming for the first time, and I must say that It's a little bit intimidating, walking around with your camera, trying to look at things. You have to move a lot slower so that everything comes into focus and you're not spinning around in circles and making everybody dizzy. But also to be there and to be talking about different items as you're walking around and doing the shop along for the viewers. So I wasn't quite comfortable with that. And when you walked in the front door to the living room, that's where a lot of the glassware was at. And that's also where the two workers were. And I just didn't feel comfortable for my first time filming in front of them and talking. So I didn't get any of the things that I purchased on film, but we are going to go to the video and I'll show you a little bit of the shop along. And then when that part is over, we'll come back and I will show you all the items that I got. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. So here we are in the basement and there's some wonderful Crocs. Next we go to the barrels and barrels of scrap fabric for crafting or for sewing. Now this next area is where I found, oh there it is right on top. So that's what I picked out and I'll show you that in the haul. And here is one of the Easter decorations of the rabbit. I think he was 45, which was pretty good for those. Next up, we have a table full of some miscellaneous housewares, and then here's Christmas. Now, as I was looking through the bulbs, oh, I see the little rain. Oh, here we go, some flocked reindeer. There was a flocked bell that I laid back down, but as you can see, he was pretty well worn and faded. So although he was $1, I decided to put him back. And as we look through, there was a few old plain bulbs. Now over here were some dishes, and if you caught a peek underneath the table were a lot of those collector's plates stacked. I did find a crackle glass downstairs. Okay, so we are back. Now, again, I got 21 items from this particular estate sale, and I spent a total of $64.50. Now, I have everything on my dining room table except for one item, and I will insert a photo here. Because it is an 1880s to well, maybe till the turn of the century, vintage Victorian East Lake table. Originally, they were used as card tables. Today, you can use them as a side table or a lamp table, and they are sturdy and strong, and I just love the carving on them. That shows you the type of carving that they did, shows you that the style itself was Eastlake. So now, for the first item that I am going to show you, this is a child's playset. They were made by Mosser. I know there's a Mosser and a Moser. This is Mosser, M-O-S-S-E-R. And it was a little child's playset. If you look into the cobalt blue, there is a design. There's strawberries and leaves. Oh, there we go. Maybe you can see it a little bit better now. There's the strawberry. There's the underneath. And there were 6 of them in the set. I'm going to insert another picture of a couple different child sets with these cups. However, the set itself is not complete. It was part of a child's punch bowl party set that looked exactly like the sets that they made for the adults. So you had the punch bowl. There should have been a little stand underneath that the punch bowl would sit on. And then the original full complete set had little hooks hanging off the punch bowl that you would hang your little cups off of. So again, there was a picture to show you what a full complete set looked like. But if anybody needs replacements, or you just want to put these out for show, perhaps in one of the shadow boxes maybe, or the printer boxes that people put the little tinies on. Again, they are from Mosser, and I spent $4 for the entire set of 6 of them. So let me put those aside. In the cellar in the video, you probably saw that there were plastic storage containers full of a lot of scrap material. She must have been a big-time crafter, so there were barrels full down in the basement. I really didn't go through much of the material, but there was a couple that were on top that I really did enjoy. The first one is this. I got it in this green pattern, and I also got the same linens in the peach, which goes in my kitchen. So this one was $1, and this one was $1, and I'll be keeping these and using these for display, probably somewhere in my kitchen. Next up, I found a set of Tupperware measuring cups. They came 4 to the set. The plastic on these is so well made. I am also keeping these. I spent a total of $1, and I will be using these in my kitchen. So these will not be for sale. Next up are these old spectacles. I thought I would put them on display in this cabinet right behind me. I do have one other pair. Oh, actually, these are little bifocal spectacles. These lenses are pretty bad, and boy, these sides were not. There we go. Ooh, what big eyes you have. But when I got home and I was looking at my receipt, it doesn't look like they wound up charging them for me. I got these at the front table before I left and told them I was wanting to get this pair of old glasses, and it looks like they threw them in for free. So thank you very much. Again, so those are the 3 items that I will be keeping. Let's see. Next up are some little miniature oil lamps. Now, I did get 5 of them. Each of the oil lamps came to $2 a piece. Here is one of them with, I love the detail on the bottom. Now, this first one is a flashed, which is fine. It's in really nice shape. The second one is a lot smaller. I don't know, maybe 3 inches or so. And this one is also flashed, but I just really loved the design on the top of it. Now, they did have some regular size oil lamps, but nothing that I saw that I thought that was special. I have a few here, and I don't know if I wanted to ship the really big ones. Maybe I'll change my mind. But here's the second oil lamp. Let me move that on the side. And here is the third one. I just love the style of them. In case you don't have room, but you like the oil lamps and don't want the big ones, then you have these tiny little miniature ones that you can add to your collection and still give the same kind of ambiance. Here's another one. And it's got the hobnail on the bottom part of it. And finally, the third one is a green glass. Now, I did notice, see, there's one little divot in it. There's not any chip. I think it was or maybe a little bubble, but nothing is wrong with the glass. It's not chipped anywhere. So I also grabbed this one for $2. Now, the next, I guess you could say, category, she also collected a lot of creamer, small little vases, and these were also $2 a piece. So I grabbed 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. First up, we have this little creamer. It is the King's Crown pattern with the thumbnail print. Really great shape. I don't see any flea bites or anything with it. Most of the items that she did have for sale, they were in really pristine shape. So again, this is the King's Crown. I think that was Indiana that made that glass. Now, another one that's kind of like it is this taller pitcher compared to this one. Now, this pitcher, a lot of times back in the late 1880s, 90s, I've seen them, I don't know, maybe up into the 20s, very few in the early 30s. You used to be able to get these at a carnival or at one of the fairs, and you would be able to buy it. The red was spray flashed on, spray painted on, and then when you bought one of the little souvenirs, they were able to put whatever you wanted in it, so that you can keep it either for yourself or give it maybe to your sweetheart or one of your relatives. So that's exactly what they did with this one. However, it does not have any date on it, but it has the name Anna. Well, you're not seeing it because it's backwards, but it does say Anna, and I do have cousin Anna, who I am going to wind up giving this to. So this piece is not for sale. Okay, well, next up, we've got Fenton Hobnail Creamer. I didn't see any chips, cracks, or anything on this one as well. Beautiful shape. Another $2 find. Now the next one is cranberry glass. And with the type of the handle that's on it, it looks like it's probably Pilgrim glass from West Virginia. So this was hand blown. There's a Pownal mark. There's a tiny little rough circle on the bottom, but not bad because they polished this really good. But I do love the cranberry glass. And it was always more expensive because they had to put gold in it in order to get this color. So, cranberry, glass pitcher, probably from Pilgrim glass in West Virginia. Again, this was another $2 find. Next, we have Crackle Glass. Now, there were a lot of companies that did make the Crackle Glass. And I'm not good with how this picture, the handle of it, see how it curves. And I know sometimes you can identify the maker of the piece from that. There's no mark, there's no stickers on it. Now, this is showing up a lot more blue than it really is in person. In person, it's a teal color, but it's showing up pretty sky blue in here. Two more pictures. We have a red Crackle Glass picture. I just love the color, and look how it is in the light. I can see a little bit of orange and yellow in the glass with the light shining on it. It also has the panel mark on the bottom, so we do know that it was hand blown, but that is absolutely gorgeous. The final one that we have is this green Crackle Glass. And it was made that way. They would dip it back in, or they would put it in, what is it, cold water to let it crackle, to give it this type of effect. So there's actually nothing wrong with the glass. This was the desired effect that they did when they made it. Now this one is taller. I don't know if it's, oh, I should have brought a ruler in with me. Might be, what, 5.5 inches or so. And I'm thinking that this one may have been used for oil or vinegar because of the taller shape of it. And in the top, it's got a little lid with corkscrew. And that's fine. It's not dried out or anything either. So another $2 find from this estate sale. Okay, we have 2 more items left. The next one is a pair of miniature Toby mugs. I'll bring it up close. Look how cute their little faces are. But these are little miniature Toby mugs in really good condition. No chips or cracks or anything on it. There's no flea bites. Now these are made in, oh, doesn't want to focus. These are made in Japan, and I got the set for $4. They counted them as one of the little creamers that were $2 a piece. And finally, we have what everybody's been looking for, is from the mid-century modern Pyrex. We've got the yellow Pyrex bowl in the primary colors. This was made in the 50s, maybe to 60. It's in great shape. Now, of course, they were used, so there's a couple little marks on here, but for it being, what, 70 years old, pretty much, this is in really good shape. And this is one of Pyrex bowl sets, the primary colors. This one is the largest that goes, which most of you already know. So, beautiful Pyrex bowl. Now, this I got at the sale. It was priced at $10, so I did snatch that one up as well. So, I think we did really well. The price of that $64.50 also, believe it or not, included the Eastlake side table. So, those were the 21 items that I got from this estate sale. And I think we did pretty good. everything eventually will be on sale. If there is anything that you're interested in, I will link below my email address. Or if you have any other questions or comments, let me know if you like the crackle glass or which was your favorite picture. Same thing with the little miniature oil lamps. I think they were really cute. So again, total spend was $64.50, and we did get a lot of cool things that eventually will all be up for sale, except for the ones that I mentioned to you earlier. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned to our next adventure to see what other kind of items we can find that speak to us, that show the uniqueness to us or the uniqueness about us in which we can decorate our homes with. Again, thanks a lot, and comment, like, subscribe, and we will hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.